Hello and welcome to Garrett's Crochet. Today I'm going to be using this pattern to show you how to make your overlay mosaic designs reversible. So this is a little test piece that I've created here, and we're going to make this so that it ends at reversible, so you'll end up with the mirror image on the back of your design rather than the normal sort of ridges and almost shadowy copy of the design you get on the back. It's really easy. You can turn any overlay mosaic design into a reversible one. You don't need a different pattern. You can use the same pattern. You just need to amend one of the stitches from within the design. So to start, the first 3 rows will always be exactly the same. So we're not going to make any changes until we hit row 4. So I am going to get started on row 1. Exactly the same as usual. So it's like that, and the back looks like this. All exactly the same. This is where it goes differently if you want to make it reversible. So if you were to keep it normally, you'd just continue doing your single crochets into the back loops and your double crochets into the front loops 1 row down. What we're going to do is, when you encounter a single crochet that's on top of a double, that now becomes a modified stitch or negative stitch in order to create the reversible pattern. So row 4, we have the very first one is a single crochet on top of a double. These are the ones that you have to watch for. All the others work exactly the same. So we do our joining stitch as usual through both. Now the way you make it reversible is when you do a single on top of a double, you're going to create the double crochet that you have on the front on the back in your contrast color, in the other color to what that double is. So you start your single as usual. You go into your back loop and you pull through. There's your single. Now normally you would then yarn over, pull through, you have a single, and you still keep your stripe on the back. That's not what we're going to do today. We're going to go in there, create our single. Now we're going to create a double in the back. So for a double, you do your yarn over. So you've now got 3 loops on the hook. It's easy sometimes to twist the work. And what we're going to do is do the double again, 1 row down, the same way you do on the front. You do your double 1 row down. But you can do it on the back now. So it's going to go into this here, this back loop on that single crochet. So you've got your 3 hooks, go into that there, yarn over and pull through. You've now got 4 loops on your hook. We're now going to complete both the double and the single together. So you yarn over and through 2 loops. You've now got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over through all 3. That has completed your negative stitch. So at the front, it looks like a single crochet as usual. On the back, you've now got the double crochet into that back loop. So you're starting to create the design on the back as well. Now, the design on the back will be 1 row higher than it is on the front because of this. So here you have your row 1, and then this, the pattern, the bottom of the letters is appearing on this row here. On the back, you have row 1 and the letters will be in white. So now the pattern is appearing in the white 1 row higher up than it is on the front. This will become more obvious as we continue. So we've done our single crochet here on top of the double. We've now got a double, a single, but this single is on top of another single. So that's going to work exactly the same, just a single in the back loop and then a double. So we'll do these ones next. So a double, a single, a double. So double exactly the same as you normally would. Yarn over, you go into your loop 1 row down, you do your double, exactly the same, no difference. Now, because it's a single crochet on top of a single, do it the same, just in your back loop, single crochet. back loop, single crochet, and then your double. There we go. And then we're back again here. We've got a single on top of a double. Now this is really important if you to keep an eye on if you're following particularly the written pattern, because in the written pattern this will now say 1, 2, 3 singles, which you are doing 3 singles, but they will not all be the exact same stitch because you're doing these modified singles on top of the doubles. So here, instead of just 3 standard singles, you will have a single on top of the double, so you'll have the negative stitch, and then you'll do 2 normal singles. So again, we've got the double. We're going to start our single crochet, yarn over, through, again, this back loop here. It takes a while to get the hang of finding and catching these loops. Come here. I've not done that. Have I done? No, I've not done that right. That's why it's not. Yeah, there we go. There's the back loop. So yarn over, through the loop, yarn over again, 4 loops, through 2, through all 3. So that's your single on top of your double. Again, you've created your double on the back. And then you do your next 2 singles as usual, just in the back loops. Single, single. Now we've got a double just as usual in here, and then once again, so we've done here. So now we've got the exact same we had here. We've got a single on top of a double and then 2 normal singles. So 3 singles, but 1 is your modified stitch on top of your double here. So again, into the back, create your single, yarn over, find your back loop on the back. There it is. You've got your 3 stitches, your back loop through, yarn over, 4 stitches on your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. Now we do 2 normal singles again. 1, 2, that brings us to here, normal double, and then we've got the same again, 1 modified single and 2 normals. So we've got a double, modified single, through, yarn over, turn your work or twist your work a bit, through the double, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over through 3 loops. So that brings us, and then 2 more singles. So yeah, so then we've done that one, do these 2, single, single, now a double. So in fact we've got a double, single, double, single, double, single the whole way to the end. And each of the singles are on top of the doubles. So that's going to be 3 doubles and 3 modified singles. So double, modified. Oop. First row is always the trickiest, I find. Once you get into the rhythm, it all matches up a bit quicker. So your single, double again, modified single or negative stitch, oop. Find your loop, grab your loop, through 2 loops, through 3 loops, another double. There we go. And your modified single. Single over through your last loop. Didn't get my yarn split there. There we go, it's better. Through 2 loops, through 3 loops. And then our ending stitch, as usual. Single crochet through both loops. Chain and cut. Okay, so we've now done row 4. Okay, so our normal side, you can see hello starting to appear. We've got an O, an L, an L, an E, an H. So that's your normal side exactly as you would expect it to look. Now the back side is starting to appear. Now, as you can see, you're 1 row up. So on this side, you've got the bottom of the L here in blue, and the O there. This side is going to be mirrored. So this will not read hello this way, it will read hello that way. So here you've got the bottom of the O, the L, the L, the E, and there's the bottom of your H starting to appear. It will become more obvious as we do more, and you continue this technique all the way up. Okay, I'm going to take you through the last 2 rows now. So as you can see, the hello is appearing. We've done 5 rows, got 2 left to do. Okay. So we should be pretty good at this by now. Joining stitch. Okay. Single crochet on top of a double. We know what to do. We do a modified stitch. So we've got a single on the front and a double on the back. Now a double, and then another modified single. So again, in, single, over, find your loop at the back, pull through, complete your double stitches. That's that. 1, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Now a double, and then 3. Double. Now have the fun. We've got 3 singles on top of doubles. So here's your 3 doubles. So you're going to do 3 modified singles. So through, over. So you can see you've 1, 2, 3 loops on the back there. Into your back loops. So there's 1. And again, through the back loop, do your single, find your second loop. So that's the second one. 2, and then your last one through that last loop there. Finish your there. I'll mess them up and do it again. Through your back loop. Through 2, through 3. So there you've got your 3 singles, and on your back, got your 3 doubles, starting to look properly solid now on the back. Double, and then we've got the same again. So again, you look on the back, you've got 1, 2, 3 back loops that you're going to do those modified stitches into. So into your back loop here, single crochet, yarn over, find your back loop, yarn over, pull through, and finish double. So as you go, you'll start to be able to feel them a little bit more rather than having to spin your work all the way over. But it says with anything, the first few times you do it, you're really slow. And then the more you do, the quicker you get. I'm still not super quick with this because I've only done a couple of projects like this, because I prefer, personally, the normal, just the standard mosaic crochet. Right, so then we're here, we've got a double. And that's because I have to knock out my patterns quite quickly. So this is slower, so I prefer to be faster. It uses more yarn. Again, I'm buying a lot of yarn, so that does make a difference. But also I'm just a little impatient, so I prefer that it's a bit quicker. And I like the texture that you get on the back when you do standard. But it's such a personal thing. Everybody has a different preference. So whichever you prefer. Okay, so we're here now. So we've got three single crochets, but 2 are on top of doubles and 1 is not. So we'll do 2 modified single crochets and then 1 normal one. So there's your 2 doubles. There's your 2 back loops. So you can see the 3 singles on the back. So we're going to go into here and here, but not on this one, because that's your normal single on top of the single. So there's 1. And then 2. And then your third one, it's just normal single crochet into there. So then now we have a double and then a modified single, double, modified single into here. Whoop. Sometimes it can be a bit annoying to find the back loop. There we go. And then I've got another double and then a normal single, double, normal single into here. That's the middle of our H. And then another double. There we go. And then the last single here again is on top of a double, so it's your modified one again. Onto there. There we go. Ending stitch. Lock it down. Row 6 is complete. Okay, so you can see we've got hello appearing. And here you can see it's appearing backwards now. So there's the beginning of the H, but as I said, it's one row up. So on this side, we've got the top half of the H and the E appearing, but on this side, we have only hit the middle because we're one row down on the back side, because everything gets shifted up one with this technique. It's just something, if you have patterns that really go right the way up to the top, it's just something to consider. You might want to add an extra row so that you get the pattern completed on that side. Now for the final row 7, we're going to do it slightly differently. We're still going to be doing the negative stitch for the singles on top of the doubles. However, we're also going to do modified stitches for the doubles on this round. The reason is if you do a normal double, you end up with the single behind it here, so you'd have 3 doubles here. This single row will end up, that's what would normally create the ridges. Now because this is the last row, there's no way of catching that with the next row, so we need to catch it on this row. So as we do with the singles on top of a double, we're doing 2 stitches in one. We have a single at the front and a double on the back. And this is only for the last row. For the doubles, we have a double on the front and a single on the back, and that then essentially anchors those singles at the back and prevents that loop, that ridge from occurring. So we start our row as normal. There we go. First stitch is a double. So this will now be a double on the front and a single on the back. So we're going to start as you would a normal double. So you yarn over through the loop 1 row down, yarn over through, and you complete half of your double crochet. So you've done a yarn over and through the first 2, you've still got 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to incorporate the single. So that single crochet behind, you're going to get the back loop. So you hook through the back loop of that single, pull through the yarn. You've now got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and then pull through all of them. So that then completes the single on the back. So you've got your double on the front there and a single on the back. So we've got modified negative stitch for the single crochet. So single on top of a double. Now we have a single on top of a single. These ones are normal. So singles on singles for the last row only are the only ones that are normal mosaic stitches. And then another single on top of a double. So do the negative stitch. And then here we have 3 doubles. So we're going to do those doubles on the front, single on the back, modified stitch. So start your double, half finish it through the back loop of that first. So you've got 3 singles that we're doing here, on 3 doubles on top of 3 singles here. So your first loop, yarn through, over and through all 3. So again, start your double, get to that point, through your loop on the back, pull through and complete. One more, through your loop on the back and complete. So there, you can see you've got 3 doubles on the front, look on the back, you've got 3 singles. So we're going to finish the row and then we'll be complete. Where are we? Here, yes. Okay. Negative stitch there, 3 doubles with a single. Three, one double, and then 3 singles, 2 normal singles and 1. I've done that in the wrong loop. See, this is where you have to be careful. So this one, that single I've done in the back, I've actually done in the wrong one. I skipped. I should have done it in this one. So and the reason I noticed that is because I knew I had to do 3 more singles, which was 1, 2, and then it should have been in there. So yeah, I should have done it in this loop, and I did it in this one. So if your stitches don't match or add up, that's the kind of thing you need to keep an eye out for. So 2 and then a negative stitch. Not in my yarn. There we go. Ooh. It's actually a proper knot. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, and now double, single, double, single. Double, catches the back, single, negative stitch, double, single, negative stitch, and then the last double. We do an ending stitch, cut the yarn, and there is the front complete with your hello the correct way round, and your back we now have the mirrored negative image. And as you can see, as I said earlier, it is 1 row higher than it is on the front, which is why that last line of white is attached to the letters rather than it being separate like this. Now, if you want to avoid this, you can do another 2 rows. So a row of your contrast color and your main color again. And then that will just give you a little bit extra space, which will then get rid of this. You'll still end up with a white line on top, but you'll have a blue line. So then you've got all your letters in there correctly. But that is how to do your negative stitch and turn any overlay mosaic pattern into a reversible image. Give it a go. Try this, try the traditional way, see which you prefer. I prefer with the ridges. For me, it's quicker. I like the texture that it gives, and it does use less yarn. This will use more yarn because you are essentially, because you're doing those doubles where you do a single, you're essentially doing 2 stitches in one, so obviously more yarn's used. But try both, see which one you prefer, and go from there. Happy crocheting!